ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। भज श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसादि शिवभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। सर्वप्रथम मैं अपने गुरुदेव श्री श्रीमद भक्तिवेदांत श्री लवन गोस्वामी गुरु महाराज जी के चरणों में अनंत कोटि दंड प्रणाम ज्ञापन करता हूँ। तत्पश्चात परम गुरुदेव भक्तिवेदांत श्री नारायण गोसाई महाराज जी के चरणों में प्रणाम ज्ञापन कर उनकी कृपा की वांछा करता हूँ। इससे पहले प्रभु जी मैंने अपना
I have never shared my personal experiences before, but now I have my instructions, so I will follow them. If you look from Siddhanta, I have no qualifications to speak about Gurudev, but Guru is Akhanda Nityanand Tattva. So, if you look at it from this way, then I do have some adhikar in a very small form. So perhaps I can do some seva in this form. In the Shastras it is said, it is my personal experience that Gurudev, he is so much neutral. What to speak of Kam, Krodh, Lobha, Moha, Maya? It doesn't matter how big the thing is that happened, but Gurudev is always neutral. I was for some time in Gurudev's service. I stayed with Gurudev in the Parikrama in Govardhan in the old building. So it was my habit. If I slept, I had very much difficulties to wake up in the morning. But I knew what was going on around me. But Gurudev would wake up at 2:30, 3 o'clock and started with his Harinam. If my eyes were open, then I could see him doing it. Otherwise, he doesn't do it so loud to wake me up. So sometimes he was chastising me to go to Mangal Arti, but he was not disturbing with doing his Harinam to wake me up. You know, at that time, I was a child, like 13, 14 years old when I got my Diksha, and I was thinking there are some Mahapurush who are serving the Lord, who have so much attachment for the name. At the time we all are sleeping. So most people sleep at 2 o'clock, but Gurudev wakes up at that time to do his Harinam. So he wakes up in the morning, does his Harinam, goes for Arti, Parikrama in the evening. He is giving his prasadam to the disciples, and it becomes like 10:30. At 11 o'clock, Gurudev would go to bed, and still I was so astonished. I was still young, but Gurudev, his age is so much now, and still he wakes up after a few hours to do his Harinam. The day is very busy. He follows the whole parikrama, and then in the night he leaves his sleep and has so much attachment for the name. He leaves all the facilities to sleep to start his Harinam. I know, I'm like a child. You know, when I have something in my hands, I don't know the wealth of it. And Gurudev, he has done so much effort to follow the message of Mahaprabhu, to spread his names. And like there were no muds, like in Mathura mud. Delhi mud came later. In Noida, Gurgaon, And our Guru Varga has done so much efforts. They went for collecting donations. And some people, they say, oh, you are his disciple, Ban Maharaji. How do you know him? He came to my place for collecting donations. No, the situation was not so good at that time as now. So all the brahmacharis would go for collecting donations, and then they would offer to Thakurji, and then they would take prasadam. You know, today we have all the facilities. We have a nice place to stay. Everyone has their place to stay. They have some income, you know, you can say that they are not starving. And Gurudev is always there, who's motivating you. He's always motivating not to leave your Harinam. Do your Harinam. He's always saying this. He is always bringing you towards the Lord. And even then, we get no attachment to the name. I stayed with Gurudev, I can tell you. If I go somewhere and someone tells me to speak Katha, I do not prepare. I just pray to Gurudev. Whatever I speak, please give me mercy. That if I speak something, let it be something to purify my tongue and something to make another one, to give another one more knowledge and give them attachment to you. So that's my prayer to Gurudev. You know, the things I have shared, my experiences with Gurudev, I'd like to keep some of them confidential. I stayed with him for a while. And our Shastras also say, Bhaktivinoda Thakurji says, we have a boat, but we don't have a driver who will bring us to the other side. Just like in Ramayana, Bhagwan had the boat, but he needed a boatsman. Without boatsman, we cannot cross. So we have this body, this human body. After wandering for millions of lifetimes, we got this beautiful chance. And we also got a Sadguru. And even when we have the Sadguru, we cannot attain bhakti, then this life is just like an animal, his life. We just sleep, we eat, animals eat, we eat, animals sleep, we sleep. They are having a family, we are having a family. They eat and we take prasadam. And they don't have the knowledge like we do. So there will be no difference between our life and their life of an animal. So I can only say, after taking shelter of a lotus feet of a guru, for having guru, god brothers and sisters, and if even then you don't do Harinam, you don't have attachment to a guru, then your life is a waste. I can only pray that the people who have taken shelter of Gurudev's lotus feet, that they make progress, and the people that haven't taken shelter of Gurudev's lotus feet, as soon as they can, they should take shelter. You know, in the time of Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, I was a child, like 10 years old. I came to the mutt in 2006-07. My life had just started, and it started here in the mutt. I was like 4 or 5 years old when I started. I started to do kirtan, and I got Harinam from Gurudev. And I didn't do it with my own will. My Didi, she took me and brought me there. And at that time, Gurudev was in his sickness pastime, so we could not meet with Gurudev. For that Didi, she took me by the hand. And then, you know, at that time, Gurudev didn't give Harinam, the mala was touched by Gurudev, and then we got Harinam. So at that time, my mala was touched by Gurudev, and then I had Harinam. So I didn't really feel, after his Aprakat Leela, I felt like I have no Gurudev. And then I had association, but not so much. And then there was a Bhagavad of Gurudev, and then Gurudev told me, do you have Harinam Diksha? Do you do mala? I said, yes, I do, Maharaji. Okay. And do you feel attachment to do Nam? And then he said, you know, you should come tomorrow morning to me. He didn't tell me he was going to give me Diksha. He had already spoken with my mom. So I came there. And so Gurudev said, you should come there without eating in the morning. So in 2013, I was 13 years old. I came there. And I came there in Gurudev's Bhajan Kutir. I did pranam. And then Gurudev said, take off your kurta. And I thought, what is happening now? So I didn't ask any questions. I just took off my kurta. And then I saw Gurudev with the thread, and I knew what was going to happen. So I didn't really have the feeling for Diksha, but I didn't say anything. Gurudev just gave me Diksha. It was okay. You know, I was quite healthy by then. My weight was like 90 kg. I ate enough prasadam. And Gurudev said, you sit down. He took the Brahman thread. He did the sanskar. And then I said, Gurudev, shouldn't I also do a havan? And then Gurudev said, quiet. Yes, if there is a havan, you can give your Swaha, but Harinam is the best in Kali Yuga. So I was very pleased, and I had a lot of affection for Gurudev. And then my studies started, and Gurudev said, you should also give attention to your studies. And then after going to Mathura Math, after doing preaching with Tirtha Maharaji, I went back for study. And now this is my life. I hope I will never have the demotivation for not doing Harinam. I have a weak point. Gurudev, I was with him since my youth. And I always sleep with Harikatha. After doing Kirtan, I put my head on the Mridanga and then I fall asleep. And then Gurudev said like, hey human, wake up. I got a lot of association with Gurudev. If I share my experiences, it will take the whole evening. But I just know, as long as Gurudev is there, you know, like a bird who has eggs, when there is rain, the bird will protect the eggs with her wings, so they will get no rain. And just like that is Gurudev. Even if we do some aparad unknowingly, then Gurudev still protects us fully. It doesn't mean that we should go and do aparad, but it's like unknowingly, if you do something wrong, then Gurudev is the only one who can save us. If Hari is mad at us, Guru can save us. But if Guru is mad with us, Hari cannot save us. So every time Bhagwan comes to this world, he has accepted a Guru as Ram, as Krishna. So Gurudev is so merciful. He is giving us instructions, and we should follow them. And Gurudev is giving an example by his own person. If there is katha or kirtan, you know, if Gurudev is doing something, it gives a totally different reaction than if someone else does it. When Gurudev is saying something, then that comes straight in your heart. You know, that seed of bhakti, the bhakti lata beach. If he says Hari Nam, then it comes in your heart. But if someone else says Mahamantra, then the beach doesn't come, the seed doesn't come in your heart. So, I pray to all of you that please take shelter of the lotus feet of Gurudev, so that we can preach the mission of Mahaprabhu. In every village, in every street, his name will be there. And if you have something to do, first do your bhajan. Gurudev says, I have the back door key of Golok. If you follow the 4 rules, I can enter you by the back door. Swami Maharaj said, so please just do your 16 rounds. Only your 16 rounds is the minimum. It doesn't take much time, it doesn't take much effort. So what I want to say is, all the people that want to cross this material world, who doesn't want to take birth again in this cycle, they should take shelter of the lotus feet of the Guru. And they should engage in seva of Hari and follow the instructions of Guru to respect the Vaishnavas, not to do any aparad to the lotus feet of Gurudev. And then you will get no harm, only benefits. You will only make progress on your path of bhakti. So pranam to all the bhaktas.
वांछा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः।